Just give me a few more minutes, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll be ready to go. I'm in the middle of making some preps. I've got to send out a couple messages first, and then we can get. Appreciate your patience and staying with me. And good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. As you saw yesterday, I took a delve into the Planet Creator, which I'll be doing again next Saturday. And hopefully, we'll be shifting through the different phases of terraforming a planet. Today's a bit of a special um stream that I'm doing, mainly because, not because of the game I'm showing. I've showed this game before, but I have recently received a news via letter and via of my daughter that things are about to change again, at least in her life. Uh, Hopefully, if the both of them or one of them in particular is watching, they can drop a hello in the chat at some point in the stream, or after I get started, probably somewhere in the middle or at the end of the stream, which is only going to be an hour long. due to time constraints I have. I'm just trying to get this stuff out, so I'll get information out to those of you that are looking for new types of survival games. And you know, I'm kind of teasing the information I need to put out for these particular two people that need to be paying attention, if they've got my text message or not. Uh, a particular answer that they are looking for. So rather than bore you and take you through from the very start of the game, I'm going to load a uh, up to now storyline finished, and we'll take a look at some of the different icons and stuff like that, and some of the different types of features that have been added since uh, quite a while ago, since they've started, or since the last time that I've actually streamed it. If you've caught my last stream or not. All right, so let's get started. First, let's get you transferred over to the main screen so that you guys are hopefully seeing what I'm seeing. All right, so you see here I've got two different saves I've got going on. One, I find that if I want to get a full experience of any of the major updates, I start a new game. But I am not going to put you through that torture because obviously, if you've played Forever Skies before, um, and from at least the beginning or played the demo for the game, you don't have a lot at the very beginning, and it's kind of at the beginning a bit of a struggle to get where you need to go. So to be able to show you all the different stuff that they have added to the game since they've started the beta test, and then they went beta release, and now the game is in its final phases of beta release. And by the way, my game that I'm playing, as I am a backer for this particular game, and I'm kind of happy I've done it. I've got a lot of I am in a beta branch version of this, so any of the new updates that are coming out will go through the beta branch first before they go out to the actual live. So if you want to check out their Discord, that's where you'll see a lot of the updates. Some of the chat in their Discord you will not have access to if you are not a backer. I don't think they're accepting backers right now. I could be wrong. I don't work for the company. I'm just a game player, and I just so happen to be streaming as well. So let's take a look at some of this stuff, and we will check out some of the new features they've added to the game since they've played. They've added a little more to the storyline as well. And your whole purpose for this is you're returning back to the planet. I'm going to turn the volume down on my voice because it looks like it's a little on the loud side. There we go. That's better. I'm not screaming at you this time. So you've ventured. The Earth has come under a chemical biological weapon that was developed in a lab, and it has taken over the planet. The majority of us on Earth survived by evacuating the planet in a ship called the Ark. All of humanity right now is still in outer space on this Ark, but every now and then they will receive signals from the planet of people that were left behind that are searching for the cure. As of with this character now, I have already found the cure. I've already cured myself, so there's nothing really much. As you can see, my immunity is high. There's not really much for me to do on that part of the game. But your whole is you start out with a single 2-block long single cockpit and with no thrusters or anything on it, and a single balloon. And you have to build this thing up so that you can fly it around and build it as you like. Some of the new features they've added into the game, they've added some more components, they've added some more blocks. So the very beginning of the game, or if you've played the demo, All you really had to do was scan things with the scanning tool here. This is the scanning tool. And when you scan things, you would automatically get the blueprints for it. Then you can go over to this little device over here called the crafting station, or the basic fabricator. And this is where you would go, and this is your basic crafting station. F is your flashlight key. You press your E key. E key is your main interactive key. As you can see, you have a variety of different groups in the game itself from which you construct things. Your basic tools, you'll start out with a deck extractor unlocked, and so that you can, they give you access to crafting, being able to gather materials that you need to craft things. The rest of the stuff are blueprints that you have to unlock in order to be able to blueprint them. So things like the scanner you have to unlock. You have to unlock the literally everything here. You'll have to find the materials or find the data pads that have the blueprints on them to unlock them so that you can unlock the blueprints in order to print them out. Because you don't just pick up the data pad and you can walk over here and now you can craft it. They have added an extra step, and it makes sense, especially in this kind of game. The main purpose for this is to get you used to the researching side of the purpose you're here for. You're a scientist. You're on the planet to research and find the cure for a specific type of disease that is killing everybody after being on the planet for a certain short period of time. So you have all your tools, the different tools that you can have. This is for building the airship. This is for a hand extraction of materials. This is an automatic extractor. This will automatically start picking up with a battery. Once you put a battery in it, it will automatically start picking up stuff as it flies by. Then you've got your water, where you can gather water for drinking or for now plants. Then you've got food, where you can catch food and cook it. Then you have, basic interior functions. Right now I don't have a lot of that stuff, so either I haven't found it yet or I haven't researched the blueprints. So right now I've got a bed, your basic small storage box, a hanging cabinet, a freezer, a large storage box, the larger storage box, which is just a storage box, and a soft cushion. And I'll show you what the soft cushion is here in a moment, because I actually have built that. Then you've got the different components for the airship itself to get it moving and to get it floating. Engines, obviously, so you can move forward. The 3 different types of fuel here that are used to provide fuel for your engines. And then you have your basic turbines. These increase your altitude and so that you can go actually a lot higher, because there are things that are floating around the atmosphere or in the air that can hit you and cause damage to your ship. Then you got your location radar, your navigation system. Then there's a nice little docking plate. You can use this to instead of lowering down to the platform all the way, or you can't quite get lined up to the platform. For some of these places you're going, you can use the docking plank to literally just like a gangplank on a ship or on a boat, and it allows you to walk off and then return to the boat. Over on the right hand of the screen, when you're in the fabrication, you can see the materials required to build set component, and that's for every thing in the fabricator. Then you've got once you've unlocked the gardening stuff, which you'll find on some of the gardening places here, You have your big gardener pot, a distiller, and then a small gardening pot. Then you've got components that you can craft, because you'll need some of these components, be able to craft some of these components in order to build certain things, especially the crystal battery. You'll need that to craft a lot of your advanced equipment, and you'll also be able to craft it to provide power for some of the equipment that require more power. Instead of the standard batteries that you're carrying, you can collect. Then you've got your sciencey stuff. Right now it's just the virus sample analyzer. This will be one of the major key things that they've added to the game since the beta release. That you kind of have to have in order to finish the storyline till now. And then you've got blueprints for the things that you've researched through the analyzer. Now, you keep hearing me mention this research. Well, as you can see over here, and I may need to pick up some batteries for it. Yep. Let me go over to my cabinets here and see if I can find some. I'm going to have to organize these eventually. There we go. You can either click on it and drag it over to your inventory, or you can shift click and that'll fast move it. Control clicking will move half of the stack. And there you go. Now we've got power to our research station. You will collect this before you even leave the platform, because you need this in order to build. Where'd it go? I've only got one right now. Those things there. That is your engine. This is an upgraded Mark II engine, so you won't be building those right away. Because you need the upgrade workbench in order to build it, which is this thing here. You'll need this little bench here, the upgrade station, in order to build that, and more advanced tools to build it, along with some other things. But to unlock that stuff, you will press E on here, and your research table is broken down into, right now I have only 4 categories. So this is the stuff that can be crafted in the fabricator. Things like your sticky notes, insect lures. There's 3 different types. There's 4, sorry. The standard one you get automatically. Then you have the advanced and some other ones I can't remember off the top of my head. And then you have this one here, which is your airship workstation. This is where you will, once you find it, you'll be able to get the paint tool and craft the paint tool and the different variety of paints that you can pick up along the way by visiting some of the other platforms. In the upgrade station, this is the other things you can modify at the actual upgrade station itself. You've got a filtering water bottle, which will automatically, once you fill it up with dirty water, it'll automatically filter it to clean water. Then you have your automated insect catcher. So your insect catcher it'll automatically start dropping. And then a larger freezer. So this is a newer item they've added just recently. Then you have your distiller stuff. Blueprints you can unlock for fertilizers, for your distiller, and they are used to increase the yield of your plants. Drink some water here. Go over to my freezer here. I just have a small freezer, so nothing special there. I'll put that in my inventory because we're going to go over to our, where's our cooker? Oh, here it is. The cooker, we're going to throw that in there and we're going to boil it. Some of the other features, so these are your water purifiers. You'll stick your dirty water in there and they will convert it over from dirty water to clean water, obviously. This is your basic insect catcher. You put a lure in it, it drops down, it catches either insects or plants. Sometimes you'll get a plant, sometimes you'll get rotten food. Don't eat them raw. You have to cook them or they will cause you'll get damage. And there we are. Here we go. Now I've headed to my food level, so my belly's a little full. This here is the distiller. This is where you will put the required materials to craft the fertilizers you need for certain plants. Certain plants will require different types of fertilizer. This one here, this is where the plant that is used to create the cure for you is grown, and it requires a special fertilizer for it. You will put the fertilizer in once you put the plant in, but after that, I don't think you can change what's planted in there. So, all right. Some other things. They've got the medical bed finally. This is nice to have because you no longer have to go and you used to in order to create immunity boosters, because there were some of the platforms that were deadly without the booster. You would have to run over to the fabricator after you've researched it, and you've got a craft from your analyzer these 2 vials, and then have a medical regenerant in order to craft that. Now, instead of doing that, once you have this bed unlocked, you can climb in it, and as you can see, I'm about halfway done with my immunity. Climb into the medical bed. And boom, my immunity booster has just been reinstated, and it is full. All right, so the cushion I mentioned earlier, you'll find this guy once you've completed the first portion of the main quest. There's not really much interaction with the guy other than putting him on the cushion and leaving him there. Just a friendly insect you find. Then there's some charging stations. There's some of the small boxes. Let's go over to our navigation, because that will help us pinpoint some things real quick. All right, so I'm going to take the steering wheel. If you're looking up at the navigation system right in front of you now, you will notice that up in the top right, close to the north icon, is a green triangle with a orange-blue building. That is, the green icons indicate a garden type of platform you can go to. The orange means it's infected, and in order for you, it is recommended for you to clear the infections out first, or the infection out before you can carry on and collect things. The whole purpose for the towers that they've got floating around, like that little blue one there, is each one has different materials you'll have to collect from them. Like all your electronic components you will find on your wind turbine ones. Then you've got your typical radio towers where you'll find your basic stuff, like plastic and stuff like that. And then those are indicated. So as you can see, the wind turbine ones are the blue ones with the it looks like a windmill with a blue triangle underneath it. Old expedition bases like this one here are, and some of the overgrown stations and radio towers share the same red icon. So you will get a notification on the bottom right, left of your screen saying what kind of tower you're coming to. It'll say standard radio station, or it'll come to one of the living stations. But the longer tower here, these play a more significant role in the game itself. So this one in particular, my max altitude, max altitude. This one over here in particular, there used to only be 2 of them in the game, and the whole purpose for these 2 buildings was to allow you to get down to the underdust, so you can get down and get the research materials and stuff that you need in order to craft your analyzer, which is back there in the back my ship right now, so that you can create your boosters. You have three different types of boosters you'll have. You can create. There are more actually, but the main two that you'll be using the most of is the immunity booster and a hypothermia booster. Let's see. Drop our ship down here. So we don't float off too much. All right, so you can land over here. You'll go in there. You have to unlock the elevator. There's certain steps you'll have to take and craft in order to unlock the elevator, and then you can go down to the underdesk. What was I going to do? So these elevators is what allows you to get this and allow you to craft for the boosters that you'll get. So right now I've only got 2 unlocked because they're the only 2 that you really need to use. There are others, one to boost your stamina, one to boost your reduce your hunger. So you have an endurance booster, then you have a hydration booster. You temporarily satisfies your need for hydration. Then you have a blood coagulator. Reduces the damage you receive from jumping and stuff like that. You have an oxygen booster. Improves your breathing and allows you to stay out in the underdesk longer on the small bottle of oxygen or your bottle of oxygen. And then that's pretty much it for the boosters. But some of the other things you'll find little things like footballs, posters. I found this. This is a representation of the start ship you will get. Like I said, it's just a single cab with 2 blocks long. You will not have any of the turbines on the side of it. You'll only be able to rise up to, I think it's 230 meters off the ground. Yeah, whatever. Some of the other key features they've added into the game, I don't think I've unlocked it yet. Let's look. Let me check in here. Gardening. Nope, I have to go find the blueprint for it. There's a little socket that you can now put on the wall so that you don't have to run your pipes through the wall, through a door, in order to feed your tanks or put the tanks outside. Because you can craft the tank and it will feed it will get its water from this purifier out here. This is a water collector. This will collect dirty water, send it to a tank that you have connected, and then you can use that water to feed your plants. And that is pretty much all the updated stuff that I can think of right now that they've added to the game. Other than one more tower that they've added to the game as well. It shows the same kind of icon for where we're at right now, but it is a little different. As is, you can see the tower right here, and it looks like it's got little extra bumps along the outside of it, which is that tower. Purple light off to the, notice it's not flashing. That is to get you down to the second part of the underdust, where you will collect the fertilizer and stuff you need to craft your plant that is required for crafting the cure for the disease on the planet. But that is about the end of the story thus far. As you can see, there is a lot of overgrown plants here. There's a lot of nasty insects and stuff in the underdust that have adapted to the environment under there. There are some up here as well, but not as deadly as down there, to the point where one hit from a mantis-looking monster, and it could probably kill you. Now, this second tower that they build, and I want to throw these guys some kudos for doing this. You do not have a landing platform to land on in order to gain access to the internals of this building. You have to use the plank because where the door is located, it is kind of hard to get to via a platform. Now I need to go around to the other side. Be careful when you're floating around too. By hitting buildings with your airship, you will also cause damage to your ship. So be very cautious on how you're flying, and be mindful where you're turning. Hence why my door is open right now, so I can see to that side, because I believe that's the side I have the dock on. And as you can see from here, these little wires here are where the current way to get into this place is at. Let's see, we won't dock with it, but we'll go out here. So instead of like your normal platforms you have dotted around the place where you're gathering materials and stuff from, this one you have to fly over and dock up with this broken piece of metal here and be able to walk across from the airship. Ice's Landing. So your ship is still floating, but you have to walk across on the plank in order to get access to the new section. And that requires a different type of access in order to get in there. I could wander around a little bit more and look at and craft some more materials and do some more research, because the bonus thing too as well, when you're researching items, as you can see, we'll go into our fabricator and we'll take, say for example, the last thing of fuel that I need to craft or to have all the fuels unlocked. It gives me hey, you need one crystal, energy crystal in order to research this, and you will lose that energy crystal for research. So it'll take a minimum amount of materials you'll collect to conduct the research, and then in the crafting menu it will show you the actual full fledged things of resources you need to actually physically craft that item. We can take a look at our upgrade station here. This is the stuff you can buy, upgrades here. If you find the blueprint for a medium tank, they've also added a large oxygen tank as well, which I have yet to find in the game. That'll be one of my goals to go out and find. There we go. What was I talking about? I forgot where I was. Concentrating on putting water in there. Oh yes, the large oxygen tank. But it's under the when you go to research the blueprints, it will be under the upgrade station of the ship's upgrade station blueprints window. You'll have to research it there. This is where you will build those things. As you can see, because it's an upgrade, you need the previous component in order to get the new component. So it's kind of upgrading what you have to the new form. So it's kind of like going from a Mark 1 to a Mark 2. The same goes with the charging tool, the bed. The medical station actually requires a bed to craft it, and then they've got a new knife in here. This is materials you'll find in the second area of the Underdust. What is this? Oh, it's an empty bottle. Here is the other station. The ship workstation is something really nice. This is where you can craft all your furniture, any lights that you find throughout the game, and some holograms if they ever craft anymore. But this is the first one that you'll find. So again, this is only going to be, this will be relatively short because I've got a lot of things I've got to go take care of, stuff I've got in preparation for next week's streams, and then and I've got a lot of catch up with some other stuff I have to do as well. So I hope you enjoy the futuristic and some of the new updates to Forever Skies. If you're interested in Forever Skies, please find it on the Steam Workshop. They are, I believe, they will be releasing on the PlayStation 5 with this when they, but they're going to be doing all the testing and all the beta work will be done for the PC because that's where they started. Once they have finished all the hit all the check boxes of what they planned on doing for the before releasing the game, they will then release it for the PlayStation the same time that it is a full release for the PC. So the final and major update that we're currently waiting on right now is the co-op add-in. So they're looking to make it cooperative. So it's a PvE type scenario. You're playing against the environment anyway. Why not bring some friends to enjoy the torture with you? And to craft things. And I am pretty sure if they have up to 4 people on this, play this, the enormous size of airship, and of course the downsides of building on an airship, as you could with multiple people, is you're going to be hitting the weight limit quite fast, especially if I know that a certain person who is very inquisitive on, oh, look at this, ooh, squirrel, ooh, shiny, from the Zipper Monkeys crew. I hope that he will enjoy something like this and get a little, because it's got the exploration, it's got the survival, it's got 2 parts he doesn't like in it, the eating and the drinking part. Yeah, sorry, Capac. But it's still a relatively a very enjoyable game. I have no qualms with it. I've actually enjoyed being considered to be one of the backers for the game. I have enjoyed it tremendously. And I've been playing it on and off, especially right after they plug into new updates. I started new games, so I get the full experience, and I'm not spending hours on end trying to find these towers or trying to find the new equipment. Start a new world, it remaps everything, all the new stuff is added in automatically. Granted, I still have to search for it, but I won't have to search as hard. Now, for the last portion of my lovely little stream here is not in particular to my normal viewers or those of you that are watching this video later on. This is more towards particular soon-to-be family members. If you're listening or if you're catching this video later on, by all means, you have my blessing. But remember, make her happy and stay happy yourself and do well. And don't tell her to give me the dates so I can get them to the chain of command. For those of you who are wondering about this cryptic message, I will not explain right now because it is still in the future and things are not fully set in stone yet, mainly because it's not really affecting me in a physical standpoint, but it is going to affect me in the long term. Uh, but I want them to break the news first to everybody else before I announce it, because that is it's a family matter, and it's not something. It's a joyous family matter, but it's just not something I feel comfortable of explaining or announcing on stream without their consent. To Mr. Ethan Clark, you have my blessing. Make her happy, and let me know when. So with that, again, I'm sorry for the short stream. I've got a lot of stuff to take care of now. I figured I'd try to get back into streaming. I haven't been streaming for the last couple of weeks. And I thank you for either watching the video now or catching it on my YouTube channel. I hope to see you all next time. And I hope you enjoyed the video. And then hopefully next Friday I'll have a stream for you over on my YouTube channel. Until then, and as one of the, as Splitsy likes to say, and there's that, and there's plenty more to come. Until then, y'all come back now, you hear?